Now we've got important information about diabetes. The new book has new hope for those at risk for type 2 diabetes and those who have already been diagnosed. Joining us now is Sheri Colberg. She's not only the author but the Associate Professor of Exercise Science right here at Old Dominion University. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
You said this book is a 7-step diabetes fitness plan that you said the focus of which is not necessarily weight loss.
Absolutely. Actually, the focus is not on weight loss. The focus is on fitness and doing other things that go along with being more fit that can actually help you live well with diabetes and not experience the complications that are so common.
This is going to surprise a lot of people because a lot of folks are going to assume that if they develop diabetes because they're overweight or are determined to be at a risk factor for diabetes because they're overweight, they're going to be told weight loss is the first and foremost thing that you have to do, but you say not necessarily.
No, the research really doesn't support that view. Certainly it can be helpful to lose a little bit of weight, but even studies where people have only lost 5 to 7% of their body weight, let's say a person is 300 pounds, that would only be 15 pounds or so. I mean, it's not like you're down to some
significant.
Yeah, not a significant loss. Those people actually can have a reversal of a lot of the symptoms of diabetes. They can get into much better control. They can go off a lot of their medications, and simply by making some lifestyle changes that are not necessarily that drastic as you think they would be. So for example, they may be able to just simply start moving more. There was one study that showed the main difference between a group of people who are overweight and not overweight. The ones who were overweight sat down for 2.5 hours longer a day than the people who were lean. Simply standing in itself is a form of physical activity. So my book kind of goes through things that you can do to simply add in more activity where you don't feel like you're exercising, you don't necessarily break a sweat, but adds up throughout the day and helps you live much more healthfully.
What are some of the other things that folks can do? I know you say you're against dieting.
Well, I'm against it because it doesn't work. If it worked, why would we have so many diets and why would we need to keep going on them? The key is really to, if you lose any weight, to keep it off, or at least to keep yourself from gaining any more, and you can do that by being more physically active.
Some of the other tips? I know you've got 7 in here.
Some of the other tips, right? Well, one is focusing on emotional health. There's some thought now that depression actually causes diabetes instead of diabetes leading to depression, right? So physical activity, believe it or not, can help with depression as well. So it's a way
Doesn't it release endorphins and stuff when you
Right, but even if it doesn't do that, it does have a mood-enhancing effect. Other tips are on small dietary changes that you can make, just simply removing certain things and emphasizing other things in your diet without having to do a complete overhaul that still has a pretty significant impact.
All right. Again, the book is called The 7-Step Diabetes Fitness Plan, Living Well and Being Fit with Diabetes No Matter Your Weight by Sheri Colberg. Thanks very much for coming by today. Again, the information on the book, the title is right on the screen, and the book is available now. Congratulations, by the way, on getting it published.
Thank you.
All right. Done.